Welcome back to Slumbering Stones. Tonight we take a slow evening walk on Salisbury Plain, out to the oldest standing appointment in Britain. This story is made for sleep, so drift whenever you like. Tell us where you are listening from and what time it is there. Now dim the lights and walk with us. The plain is wide and treeless, and the light is going. Grass, wind, and a low chalk ridge rolling to the horizon. Ahead of us, small at first, a cluster of grey shapers stands up out of the field like a thought the landscape has been keeping to itself. We approach the way the ancients did, along the avenue, a processional road cut into the chalk nearly 5,000 years ago. It bends with the land, then aims us, quite deliberately, at the stones. A single rough pillar leans by the path. The heel stone, on midsummer morning, seen from the circle's heart, the sun rises almost directly over its shoulder. We pass it quietly, the way you pass a doorman who has held the same post for 50 centuries. First we cross a circular bank and ditch, the true beginning. This earthwork is the oldest part of all, dug around 5,000 years ago with picks made of antler. For its first centuries, this was a place of the dead. The ashes of many people lie buried around its rim. And now the stones themselves. Up close they are enormous. The great Sarsens stand 4 meters tall and weigh as much as 25 tons, quarried from the woods some 25 kilometers north and dragged here across the living plain. Run a hand along the stone and you find something odd. The uprights carry carved knobs at their tops, and the lintels laying across them are cut with matching sockets, tenon and mortise. These are woodworking joints made by carpenters thinking in stone. Look up and notice the lintels one more time. They are not straight beams. Each one is gently curved, shaped, so that together they once formed a perfect hanging ring against the sky. Whoever designed this was not stacking stones. They were drawing a circle in the air and holding it there. Inside the great ring stand smaller, darker pillars, the bluestones. Each weighs a few tons, and each traveled farther than any other stone here. They come from the Preseli Hills of Wales, some 250 kilometers away. Archaeologists have found the very outcrops in Wales where they were levered free. What no one has found is an easy answer to the obvious question: why carry mountains this far when the plain is full of perfectly good stone? One idea says the bluestones were healers, and the sick came here as pilgrims. Another says the stones were ancestors themselves, carried from an older homeland so the dead would have a house that could not fall. The stones, as usual, decline to comment. Stand at the center now, where the tallest trilithonons framed the winter sunset. The whole monument is a single instrument with 2 notes, midsummer sunrise one way, midwinter sunset the other, a year folded into an axis of stone. And the builders, for them, walk 3 kilometers northeast to a village called Durrington Walls. Hundreds of small houses crowded there, floors of chalk, hearths still stained. The people who raised the stones lived, cooked, and celebrated here. Their rubbish heaps still hold the party, pig bones by the thousand, from animals raised far away and driven here for midwinter feasts. People came from across Britain for this. Stonehenge was not built by a workforce. It was built by a festival. Their village was wood, and it is gone. The stones remain. Some scholars read that contrast as the whole point. Timber for the living, who change and pass. Stone for the ancestors, who do not. A village for a season. A circle for always. Working on this episode, one thought kept returning. We call it a mystery, but nothing here was hidden. The quarries are known. The village is found. The joints are honest carpentry. What we are missing is not a fact but a feeling, the thing it meant to walk this avenue believing in it. That is the one artifact the ground cannot return. The last light is off the plain now. The stones go grey, then silver, then shadow, and the wind moves through to circle as it has every night for 5,000 years. We walk back along the avenue, unhurried, leaving the doorman to his post. The plain is dark, and the circle keeps its 2 notes for the turning of the year. Let your breathing slow, and let the day go. Good night from slumbering stones.